Grand Theft Auto 5 is a huge game that requires endless different NPCs, meaning effectively limitless possibilities for mistakes to be made in their programming, leading them to clearly not work as expected. I have therefore spent years collecting the best examples of these errors and glitches, which I will kindly show you in this video. On the mission The Long Stretch, killing the guy without the shotgun after the door explodes causes Lamar to get into a glitched state rather than dying as he should. If you decide to work as a taxi driver, your passenger will look angry whenever you drive over 72 kilometers per hour, which of course is 45 miles per hour. It turns out that the character you control does this as well, but normally you wouldn't notice. At this location, there are some train tracks that intersect with the road. Unfortunately, the lights that would normally warn cars of an oncoming train do not function. Strangely, when NPCs are dying on the ground, one of their hands will curl as if they're holding a gun before they die. If Franklin is injured, fellow forum gangsters that happen to be around can sometimes step in order to defend him. If while on a hangout you go and sleep in your safe house, the person you're hanging out with will simply wait all night staring at you.
Franklin, hey kid, how about we hook up for some R&R?
Kinda creepy really. When two main characters are brought together, the character you are not controlling will get out of their vehicle in order to offer you a chance to hang out. This is normally a perfectly fine interaction, but things change when both characters are in flying vehicles.
Hey T, you wanna do something? I'm bored. Start, you turd. How you know where I am? Is there a tracker under my skin?
A pedestrian who is on fire can be kept alive by continuously tasing them, although when you stop they will then die. Prostitutes, like everyone else, are vulnerable to tasers.
What? Oh, you trying to roll on me, fool?
However, this changes if someone has recently partaken in their services.
That was amazing.
Bitch ass punk.
Ah! What the hell was that?
Hey, let's do this then. Hey, what's up, baby?
Hello.
Devin Weston at the end of Deep Inside is immune to fire in a quite humorous way. If you activate the final waypoint for the mission while Devin's on fire, it'll still let you progress, it'll just take a while to get started.
Insurance companies hate these kinds of claims.
During I Fought the Law, Trevor and Michael dress up as traffic cops in order to steal some cars. Not only do you get to keep these outfits and can use them later, but there is one case where they actually have a use. On the mission Stingers, a setup for the subtle big score heist, you go inside a police parking lot to steal a van. If you wear your traffic cop outfit, the police will acknowledge it and not prevent you from walking through and taking the van.
Shouldn't you be on the road giving out traffic tickets, bud?
Those pants are nice and tight, man.
I swear to God, 2 years and Merriweather are gonna have our jobs.
Come on, private cops.
As a comparison, here's how they treat you without the outfits.
Sir, they'll be able to help you inside. That's a...
You have the right to shut the hell up! Hey, we've got an intruder!
This interaction seems specifically programmed for this mission, as cops outside of it do not acknowledge the outfit.
Hey, what's up?
You're gonna end up shot!
Well,
Fuck
now,
off! You senseless!
right?
If you hit a car with both a driver and a passenger, only the passenger will ever get knocked out or killed.
Shit, that hurt.
At the skate ramp near Aunt Denise's house, you'll occasionally find skaters sitting down. They will not flee for any reason. As with any sitting down pedestrian, a single touch will kill them. At the golf course, there are NPCs that are practicing their putting, but if you bump them, it reveals that it's just a scam.
Christ! I can't take that shit at my age. Damn fool.
These NPCs actually have the golf club embedded in their hand. If you spook a truck driver and look very closely, you will notice that despite their hands not being on the wheel, the truck will still turn corners. It is possible to glitch the game by arriving at the mission cleaning out the bureau with a dead passenger in your car. Normally at the end of the cutscene, Lester would quickly get into the passenger seat, but as it is occupied, he stands still in a glitched state. Even moving the passenger out of the car does not help, as Lester is so glitched that he is even immune to explosions. For simplicity's sake, Rockstar has made firefighters immune to fire. However, they gain this immunity after they get out of their vehicle. If you interrupt this process, they do not gain the immunity.
Look out for fools like me!
At the bar where you can play darts, if you get the cops and then lose them while still being in the general area, it will create a funny glitch.
I'm trying to help people, help the community, just doing the right thing, you know?
Oh, please.
That is the
Same crap, different day.
Officers report a person resisting arrest at Yellow Jacket.
If you bring two characters together, with some precise timing, you can get into a vehicle just as the NPC gets into the driver's seat, allowing for you to be driven around.
Hey, show me some respect! Let's see what you got! Calm it down!
At the end of the mission Predator, you are asked to pick up Franklin and Chop, who have recently disposed of some rednecks. Their time in the forest apparently made them immune to explosions. On specifically holes 7 and 8 at the golf course, if you hit your ball too close to a water hazard, your opponents can spawn in the water.
Clown!
I better not be waiting for a piece of shit shot from you.
Ah, fuck this shit.
If you park cars in the parking spaces in front of a police station, police will spawn in those cars in order to chase you when you get a wanted level. It even works with a tank. If a fire is started on the train driver will jump out. The train of course will still continue because it won't decelerate unless the driver says so. At night, the helipad in La Puerta has the strangest security guard I've ever seen. While he always spawns with a different character model, his responses always differ completely from any other guard in the game.
Bitch!
I'm not a real cop. Don't kill me. Help! You don't want to shoot me.
No! Bitch!
For some reason, this guard is programmed to be non-hostile and cowardly. This effect is exclusive to him, even the other guards in the area do not share it.
I got kids, don't kill me, okay? Holy shit! Man, you ain't...
Normally, even just talking to a guard is enough to get them hostile towards you.
Yo, I'll put you down and get a raise. Hey, fight, motherfucker! Total balls! What's cracking, homie?
Don't fucking bother me, asshole. Mind your business or crawl back into whatever shithole you live in.
And people say I'm a disgrace to society?
Under normal circumstances, if you pull a taxi driver out of his vehicle, he will immediately run away.
No, fuck!
However, if the taxi driver is spooked by another source when he is still close to his vehicle, he will forgive everything that you've done and take you to whatever destination you desire.
So where do you want to go?
On the mission friend request, it is possible to fire weapons back into Lester's house and surprise him. This is only possible on a mission replay.
Please excuse me. I've got something shameful to do.
When you are below ground with a wanted level, cops can spawn above ground and then pursue you below. When they transition from above ground to below ground, however, they can be made invisible. Once you move to a part of the map that the game considers to be above ground, the cops will reappear.
My name's Trevor! What's your name?
Stop that, Terry!
When you're on a taxi job and you go to meet your customer, if you hold on your handbrake, they won't get into your vehicle until you release it.
Let's get this chariot in motion!
For some reason, the people on this bridge die from a single touch. At the end of the Firefighter Bureau raid mission, you have to dispose of the fire truck that you used. If you arrive at the getaway location and blow yourself up with the fire truck, making sure not to hit anyone else, you will spawn with duplicates of your crew. While Michael duplicates will just walk away and disappear, you can continue to stack up your other crew members over and over. You will eventually run out of space on the fire truck, so you have to lead the additional duplicates on foot, but you can amass an army. You can also kill them, but at least one version of the crew members have to be alive. On the Mission Hood Safari, Franklin, Lamar, and Trevor are in a drug deal gone wrong and flee from the cops. Many are likely unaware that if you follow Lamar, you'll be tasked with defending him from the police and then taking him to his home.
Hey, weird dude, let's get out of here!
Kid, follow me, alright? I'll get us out of this.
Interestingly, even after you lose the police, Lamar doesn't lose his bloodlust. He will attack and kill any cop he sees, and you will not even get a wanted level for it.
You give Buster some bad name.
Man, I'll jump out right here. Later on, crazy dude.
See ya.
At the end of cleaning out the bureau, after Lester and Michael have tracked the janitor back to his place, Lester becomes invulnerable to all damage for some reason.
I'll call you when I've got the information. You know what? I can't work with you here. Get lost. I'll call you when I've got the information.
In older versions of the game, Michael's house was fully accessible to Franklin if you went there before they met. Rockstar has long since fixed this, but if you still go to his house during this period, you can occasionally find Tracy outside. She and Franklin will speak as if they know each other, despite that not being so at this point in the story.
Why do you want to hang out with my dad?
Hey, Tracy. Hey there, Tracy. Oh, hey, Tracy. Hey, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy, it's me, Frank.
On the mission complications, when you're sneaking into Michael's house, there is a gardener in your way. Furthermore, if you shoot your gun at any point near Michael's house, you mission fail. Oddly though, it turns out that if you shoot your gun just a little bit further away from Michael's house, you don't mission fail and you spook the gardener. He is so spooked that he'll run effectively forever, with his blower going the entire time. Even when dead, his leaf blower will still continue. Sometimes when you switch to Michael, you will find him in his living room with his family. Oddly, if you sit down and watch TV, they will disappear.
You met Bumpy? He's the hot new sidekick. Sabi kitty. She's awesome.
Wait!
This is in direct contrast to sleeping, for example, where if Amanda's in the bed, she will stay there even after you wake up.
With drivers like you around, it sucks to be a cyclist.
Merryweather fleet's here, bro!
On the mission Derailed, Michael is immune to fire when he's looking for valuables in the train wreckage.
Can't hang around it. I'm out here doing the hard work.
Sometimes when you have a prostitute in your car and you get shot at, rather than the prostitute fleeing, she'll simply bug out. Despite that I'm stopped and no one is around, she still won't flee. Sometime after Trevor starts a relationship with Patricia, she becomes immune to fire and is overall very glitchy.
Me do that!
At the Cypress Flats ammunition, there is an error that prevents cops from coming into the shooting range to get you. They will therefore pile up outside of it, waiting for you to leave. Of course, if you open the door yourself, they would then be able to come inside.
Drop your fucking weapon!
Oh, shit!
Women of the night will not run from police cars unless their siren is activated. They won't even run if you honk your horn at them.
Wait! It's my fault!
Sometimes when you switch to Trevor, he is being pursued by the police. For whatever reason, these police do not have any guns, although additional police that show up will be armed. It is possible to shoot and kill Paige at the start of the jewel store heist when you are stealing the jewels.
I've been able to get you around a minute and a half before the alarm will reset itself.
90 seconds? Alright, that's why we... Oh my god!
The van will then drive itself away. Where it stops isn't remarkable, as that is where it normally ends up, it just can't be seen without mods.
Half a minute left.
When on a hangout, characters will be unwilling to follow you up really long ladders. The game will attempt to compensate for this by teleporting the other character to you as long as they are out of your vision. This does not work well in all cases.
Chase things, get them, hate them, chase them, get them, hate them. Growing older sucks. Yeah, ain't that the truth? It's just weird.
On the mission Minor Turbulence, for some reason, Ron is immune to damage from the police. Not only will he tank all this damage, he will also attempt to take out the police with his fists. At the shooting range in Ammunition, you can use the take cover mechanic to push the NPCs. The NPCs will then have no issue shooting you in the back of the head until you die. The mission marker for Daddy's Little Girl forces you into a slow walk in an area around it. It turns out that when you enter this area, it loads in some assets that will be used in the mission. You can find these assets upstairs if you walk away instead of activating the marker.
I bet you like receiving more than giving. Don't make me hurt you. What is going on?
You fucking fuck!
On the mission The Third Way, there is an achievement for killing Stretch with a melee attack. For some reason, Rockstar made it so you literally cannot melee him with a gun, only your fists and specifically melee weapons.
Oh yeah, it's on! Lamar, Franklin, they ain't shit! Snitch,
A strange bug can occur if you take a prostitute to the golf course. During the time when prostitutes are accessible, the golf course isn't, so there's usually security there who will arrest you if you trespass on the golf course too long.
What's gonna put a smile on your face?
Not now, beautiful.
By attempting to engage with the prostitute moments before you get a wanted level for trespassing, the game becomes bugs. The woman, rather than attempting to flee because of the gunfire, will be stuck standing next to your car unpanicked. You will be unable to move your character and you'll be locked in place attached to the steering wheel. It is standard practice for NPCs to freak out when you point a gun at them. Taxi drivers, on the other hand, are completely cool with it. The Merryweather docks contain all sorts of oddities. For example, the Merryweather will sometimes fire up on their own for seemingly no reason. It's hard to imagine it's always been this way, but at least at present, they don't seem to have any way out of the docks.
So long, sucker! Take cover!
Then there's of course this guy who spawns sometimes and doesn't seem to do anything at all, really.
You want some of this? Keep it up, dead man!
If you own the tow truck property, you'll occasionally be given tow truck side missions that you can complete. One of the side missions involves towing a car that has a sleeping homeless person within it. If you attempt to remove this sleeping person, the game will mission fail. It is, however, possible to just open the door of the sleeping person's car. If you go to the mission case in the jewel store while not being Michael, the mission of course won't start, but more oddly, there is an infinitely spawning invisible NPC. This NPC won't do anything more than dropping a pair of sunglasses as it dies. Fire does reveal them to some extent, but modding in heat vision shows nothing at all. During the mission father-son, when you're at the mechanic, you can kill Jimmy using the gas canister and it doesn't fail the mission. Arriving at the end of the mission, Jimmy will come back alive for the cutscene.
Since we're both unemployed, we could run together, you know?
On the mission Predator, while I have previously shown that the O'Neills and their vehicle are invulnerable, I did not show that throwing a Molotov at the vehicle will cause the O'Neills to jump out despite their invulnerability. Even though the O'Neills have jumped out, the vehicle itself will continue along its predetermined path until it gets to the cutscene where the O'Neills will magically respawn back into the vehicle.
Shit!
The people at Ammunition who are practicing their shooting act very strange when they become hostile and you move a small distance away. They will even kill the owner of the Ammunition if he is still alive. If you then leave and return to de-aggro them, the shooters will have gone back to their practice. Kind of. If you start the mission Eye in the Sky with Trevor, he will be required to go through a police station. At the back, there is a policeman who has built a bit different. On the wharf, there are telescopes that you can pay $1 to look down for a short duration. If you happen to have a wanted level when you use these telescopes, the police will wait patiently rather than ruining your sightseeing. At night, NPCs spawn on this balcony that die from a single touch.
I should be doing peer.
People at this location will die to one touch. Oddly though, it's only NPCs on the second floor.
You want to die today?
The NPCs that spawn in front of the Life Invader building seem to believe that it is open and accessible, and therefore will attempt to run through it when they get spooked. On rare occasions, people performing yoga will appear here on these silos near the trailer park. They are surprisingly weak.
I'm really not in the mood for this.
You know what? You're one nasty fuck.
The person who sits in this chair at the sewers has an interesting escape mechanism when they get spooked.
Punk.
It is possible to call someone for a booty call and pick up a prostitute at the same time. When you are with your booty call, it is necessary to get out of your vehicle and get back in order to whistle for the prostitute.
Get in, gorgeous. Let's party.
Let's go someplace where nobody can record us.
You know, I think you can make me come.
Unfortunately, you can't engage in a three-way. Your booty call will sit watching until you are done, at which point they will take their rightful seat at the front.
What else are you up for?
You're making Uncle T very happy.
At this roundabout in the Grand Sierra Desert, if you spook a driver while standing in the entryway, they will be unable to leave.
Oh my God!
Something far more annoying is that you can be pulled from your taxi while you're fast traveling.
Yo, you a clown, bro!
Where you headed, homie?
What the hell? Ah, fuck off! Hey.
More interestingly though, you can actually fast travel and take NPCs that are outside your taxi with you.
What? Time to kick some culo!
You can start a water fight with NPCs that are in a fire truck. Out the front of the power plant there are two guards, one who is checking cars who acts as a guard should when confronted, while the other inside the booth for some reason acts cowardly.
You don't want to shoot me?
No! You an ass! Cover now! I got kids, don't kill me, okay? Holy shit! Oh, fuck me!
You screwed with the wrong rent-a-car! What the...
There is a very strange security guard on the setup for the jewel store heist where you steal the Bugstar van. This security guard will use a baton if you're using a melee weapon and will shoot you if you have a gun out. But something interesting happens if you make him switch from a baton to his pistol and then kill him.
I don't even need a gun.
He drops dozens of batons for some reason. If you start a hangout and take your friend onto a train, they will not understand where they are and thus will be quite confused.
You got a good reason for that? You open your damn eyes. You are out of control! Alright then, come on.
The random event Escape the Paparazzi has an unexpected outcome if, rather than helping the celebrity, you simply steal a bike from one of the photographers.
Give me a ride past them, please. I'm hardly wearing any makeup.
Come on, quick, get in.
Believing you to be some sort of celebrity, the paparazzi will now chase you even in the middle of the street to take your photo.
I think that's Bill Anthony. Hey, have you had some work done, Bill? Hang on, is he Morgan Chester?
On the mission The Wrap Up, Dave narrowly manages to get down some stairs before the way is blocked off. However, if you use explosives, you can prevent him making it.
I ain't going anywhere, Davey,
till some more of these guys kill each other.
It's blocked. You gotta head to the stairs at the other end of the complex.
What happened to Haynes? He get caught in the crossfire?
Don't worry about Haynes. Haynes went the other way. He's probably out. We gotta think of ourselves.
When you get control of Trevor, it is possible to spook Dave back into action, but he will have to take a very, very long route to get back to where he's meant to be.
You know how much attention you'll get if I go down today.
On the mission The Polito Score, Trevor will not leave the red car even if it is on fire.
Citizens report a vehicle explosion on,
The same can be said of both Lester and Trevor when you reach your destination at the bus stop. Most interestingly, Michael differs from both Lester and Trevor in the final scene in that he can't decide whether or not he wants to be in the car. On the mission Mr. Phillips, where Wade, Ron and Trevor go to meet some bikers, the bikers are surprisingly forgiving of Trevor running into their bikes.
That's where they're meant to be.
Michael Townley, alive and well, taking the same scores.
Straight, you know, a longshoreman. Good union job.
I don't care what the fuck he is.
Many of you may be unaware that Trevor has a side mission at the very end of the game where he needs to get a van of pills for his mother. Once you start the mission, the door to Trevor's house will be locked, but you can still hear Mrs. Phillips inside.
I see you moping around like a little girl who didn't get picked for best fairy. So, get my pills!
Using any camera mod reveals that Mrs. Phillips isn't there, it's actually a maid saying the lines.
You like seeing your mother in pain, do you? You selfish little boy. Can't you do anything right? No wonder your father walked out on us.
If instead you cause some explosions, get a wanted level and push against the door, you will eventually be let in. In some cases you'll see the maid run across the room and disappear. If so, going to sleep to remove the wanted level and then attempting to leave the house will cause the game to show a shuffling of different maids as it tries to load one in to give voice to Mrs. Phillips. Moving outside will cause a selection to be made, but it turns out you can repeatedly move inside and out to spawn as many maids as you desire. While the maids normally just walk away into the distance with no particular destination in mind, blocking the stairs with a car means they can't get away. These maids also can't be shot, but they can be meleeed for some reason.
Listen, even your parents can't stand it.
People sitting at bus stops have a strange relationship with the bus stop itself.
Seriously, dude?
Come any closer, I'm calling the cops.
Hola. ¿Qué puedo hacer por usted, señorita? ¡Mierda! This town...
No way!
That's just wrong!
If you have a wanted level and you go to your safe house to smoke a bong, the cops will not shoot you until you're done smoking.
Hell no, I'm relaxed, nigga. That's what I am. I'm relaxed, man. I am so relaxed and happy. I can shit myself. I hope I did shit myself. Decent weed right there. I feel nice. Woo, I feel real good all over.
At the Altruist Camp, it is possible to be able to snipe the members, but to still be far enough away that they instantly respawn. There is likely many instances of this in the game, but this is just an easy one to do. On the side of every cab there is a sign that claims that taxi drivers carry firearms and will defend themselves. This is of course a lie.
Let's go, now! Damn! Go to hell! I guess I'm not having a very good day.
On Trevor's side mission Vinewood Souvenirs, you are tasked with getting rid of a kidnapped movie star, and you are free to kindly release him pretty much anywhere.
I've decided to accept your kind offer on the understanding that you keep your mouth shut.
Unless, of course, you want to be returned to serve fruit cake and lady screw-loose back there.
No, I promise to take it all. Just let me go.
Hey, keep making terrible movies, Al.
On the open tennis courts, not even death will deter your opponent from facing you in tennis.
So how many? Ever go up against a lawyer tennis player? So how many? Want to see if you can beat a pro?
On the mission Legal Trouble, if you use Michael's power while chasing Molly, she'll become incredibly confused.
Molly! Molly!
Stop him! Stop him! He's a killer! Save me from this murderer! He's a psychopath!
Given enough time, Molly will eventually teleport back to her normal path.
Move! A madman's coming!
Oh, stop! Look out! That was nasty and needless.
NPCs that you brutally knock off their bike can be quite forgiving if you happen to get on their bike at the right time.
Hot damn!
Unfortunately, when you get off the bike, your new friend will panic and run away.
What the flying fuck?
I'm sure everyone knows that if you follow a main character in GTA 5, that they will eventually punch you out, but did you know this happens even in the ocean?
Stop the stalking.
Okay, your choice, funny guy. Leave me alone!
Hey, relax, homie. You bucking the fuck out.
Okay, your choice, funny guy.
If you park a bus here on the freeway, it will confuse the pathing of the other drivers. Did you know you can pick up women in GTA 5? Michael and Franklin can talk positively to NPCs, and if any respond by talking about their day, they will get into any vehicle you are in.
What's going on?
My new job. All the big stars walk by my desk.
Yeah, I'm kind of sorry I asked.
Please, stop speaking to me. I just look famous. Fuck your broke ass.
This rare event that can happen between NPCs is one of the dumbest that can happen in the game.
What? Vamos to car, amigo.
Okay, I'm calling you.
You lose, I win.
Oh, Lord.
Is this really happening?
And so we reach the end. Thank you for watching. If you have any facts and glitches you think would be great for my series, feel free to submit them to my Discord. Also check out DarkViperAU VODs for a heap of footage that didn't make it to the main channel, and I wish you all the best.